Timu.
You know where a fucking Harvey's is?
You're just giving me the gift of hope and then disappointment.
That is profoundly fucked up.
Here you go, you little fucking fiend. Imagine just getting magic mushrooms. You just open up a box. Oh, 7 grams of penis envy. Thanks, Dad.
I couldn't think of almost a more Christmassy movie than Die Hard. Born on the 4th of July is a Christmas movie.
Maybe you don't actually like Christmas.
Macaulay Culkin can go fuck himself.
Yeah.
Agree to disagree's a fancy way of saying fuck you.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Should we still tell kids that Santa is a thing? Are gift cards the best possible gift that you can get people? Are New Year's resolutions useful? These are all the topics that we're going to talk about today on Agree and Disagree with me, the host, Nick Beaton. My guest is Johnny Rogers. He hosts the Johnny Rogers podcast. He's a funny comic. Super happy to have him on. This is a little special Christmas episode, so I hope you're listening to it while wrapping presents and eating cheese. Before I get to Johnny, though, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching there, or follow the podcast on whatever podcast app you're using. Rate, review, leave comments, like, all that stuff. Free support helps me out a lot. All right, let's get to Johnny.
Fuck you.
Okay, I am now here with Johnny Rogers. Johnny, thanks for joining me on the podcast today.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. It's so look, it's Christmas. Christmas is here. Although it's a time of joy and goodwill towards men, or whatever they say, it's also a time where there could be some contentious issues. There's a lot of people who think certain people don't Christmas properly, and this is the only way to Christmas. So people have little fights about dumb shit. So let's agree and disagree on a couple things. The first topic is something we both agree on, which is Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and I don't really even want to elaborate, but we have to for the sake of a podcast. Yeah. I just kind of want to say it full stop, and all the other people can go fuck themselves. First of all, you don't get to tell people what is or isn't a Christmas movie simply because you decide to do it. But I couldn't think of almost a more Christmassy movie than Die Hard. This is the part that gets me. It's like,
based around Christmas.
What more do you need for this to be a Christmas movie?
It's a Christmas tradition in my family. We always end up watching Die Hard because it's on TV at Christmas. You can't tell me. Are you telling me the networks are wrong?
Yeah. When have they ever gotten anything wrong? And
the multi-million-dollar
networks? Just a scroll of terrible shows that they greenlit. But no, it's put on around Christmas.
Yeah.
On streaming sites that hold it. They literally put it in the holiday collection. It's my favorite Christmas movie, and it was a Christmas movie tradition in my house too. It was that one. It was Die Hard, Die Hard 2, both Christmas movies. And then
Schindler's List. That's another really great Christmas.
It's a great one. I love trolling people now by just saying things that clearly aren't Christmas movies, especially if you do one that's based around another holiday or something. Born on the 4th of July is a Christmas movie.
You ever watch Passion of the Christ? Kind of a Christmas movie.
I mean, it's not. It's connected. There's connective tissue.
It's the same universe.
Yeah.
We started the cinematic Christmas universe needs to be started.
But Macaulay
What's
Culkin,
the argument against it? What do people say that why it's not a Christmas movie?
I think people just want to say that it's not a Christmas movie to piss people off. That's really what I want. That's really what I believe is the case with Die Hard. Because the word Christmas is said more times in that movie than It's a Wonderful Life or a ton of other Christmas movies. Yeah. It opens up with So the soundtrack itself has multiple Christmas songs. Then the score is actually scored with tense music with sleigh bells ringing behind it to give that Christmassy feel. It takes place on Christmas Eve at a Christmas party. Christmas is brought up. Christmas isn't just part of it's not just that it happens at Christmas. Christmas is like a living, breathing character in that movie.
It's the anchor of the plot.
Yeah.
What's your standard for what a Christmas movie is? Because it sounds like it checks off a lot of those boxes.
Yeah. And then once you sort of go through that list, if you're still on the side that it's not a Christmas movie, I'm sorry. I think you just you've got some personal issues you have to work through before you bring yourself into society.
Yeah.
Tell me
maybe you don't actually like Christmas.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. No, so Macaulay Culkin came out this week and said that it wasn't a Christmas movie.
Oh,
Yeah, and he was talking about the fact that like Home Alone's a Christmas movie because and I agree, of course
sure.
it's a Christmas movie, but his reasoning for it was that Home Alone could only happen at Christmas. Die Hard could take place on St. Patrick's Day. And what I'd like to say is Macaulay
Disagree.
Culkin can go fuck himself.
Yeah, he did a lot of drugs, so his brain isn't really,
Yeah. Well, also, it's like literally, one of the anchoring parts of Die Hard is that it's a Christmas party. So the building's all shut down except for the Christmas party. So that's how the terrorists knew where to locate everybody.
And because they hate Christmas, that's why they're attacking.
Yeah. But like, it couldn't happen on St. Patrick's Day. No, there's no St. Patrick's Day parties at offices. Home Alone could happen any weekend parents decided to go away.
Yeah. It could have happened on Labor Day. Same plot. It would have been fine. Yeah. There's always people breaking into houses. There's always parents being neglectful and, leaving one of their 8 children. I don't know how many kids they had. They had a lot of kids.
Yeah. It was
easy mistake to make, but that could happen at any point in time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sadder that it's at Christmas, but it could be sad if it was on his birthday.
And then you can, right? That would equally sad. Yeah. But the idea, like, they can use Christmas as a backdrop in it. The Christmas miracle of he wishes for them to come home, or the bonding at this time of year. Like, I get it.
They're using it as a plot device versus an anchor, like
Die Hard,
like Die Hard does.
Yeah, it's crazy. Wow. And you can't use it as an argument that like you can watch Die Hard any time of year. Yeah, that just makes it an awesome Christmas movie because it's better at Christmas, but I can still watch it in July and it's a great movie. If your movie relies on it only being watchable 1 month a year, then you just all right, you got a really fucking shit Christmas movie.
Yeah, 100%. I would say the same thing about Elf. You can't watch Elf in like August.
No,
you got to watch Elf during December.
I can't even think of another Christmas movie you could watch at another time of year.
It's a universal Christmas movie.
Why did people consider Love Actually a Christmas movie? I only saw it once, and there's definitely some Christmas stuff in it, but there's also some stuff that could be told at any other time of year. This is Christmas. Die Hard is Christmas. It needs Christmas.
We're gonna stand on that.
Now I have a machine gun, ho, ho, ho. He fucking wraps the gun he takes out his back at the end. He has it wrapped in Christmas tape, like Christmas paper and shit. Like they literally snuck Christmas in every spot they could.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we got to the bottom of that one. So the next one is, what was I going to do? We're going to go to, okay, so this is one we disagree on. Kids shouldn't be told that Santa is real. So I'm going to let you go first. I agree with that statement. You disagree with it.
I disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I disagree. I think it's important for us to continue this white lie telling kids that Santa is a real thing, because initially the first reaction that you get from a kid is you get to preserve their innocence for that period of time, which I think is so important for kids, like fundamentally to preserve their innocence for as long as you can, because the world is fucked up. And at a certain point when something happens, people go, hey man, that's just being an adult. And you sort of like long for these years where you had at least some innocence to the world. And so as a parent, wanting to preserve that, I think, is an inherently good thing. Letting them believe in this idea of magic, that like you could just write something down and one man flies around the world, like really telling a narrative story in there. And also like adding this figure of, if you're bad, Santa's watching. If you're good, you get good things. It's instilling like some karmic reaction in kids where they want to be better. And it initially starts with like a carrot on a string of like, if you're good, you get this. But that can be true, in life later on as well too. Like all of that, being a good person is what that's built in. And then the other fundamental part of telling kids that Santa is real is as they get older and they start to meet other kids that found out that Santa isn't real, and they start questioning their parents. Because a parent to a child is like this all-knowing authority figure, right? Like it's the first people that you meet, and you trust every word that comes out of their mouth, and you believe it as gospel, and you live your life as such. And then the second that you find out that they might be lying to you, that's like preparing you for adulthood. It's
Mm-hmm.
preparing you to be a critical thinker and to not always trust, even the most respected sources in your life, including your parents. And it really helps kids bridge that gap then into being a teenager where they start to rebel a little bit more and figure out who they are without these outside sources, not trusting things and
Now,
digging in.
what I would say is, I think kids inevitably are going to find out their parents are full of shit. You don't need Santa
Santa's the caveat.
to be the
It starts with Santa.
catalyst to make that happen.
I think it starts with Santa.
Yeah. But okay, so honestly, that was a very well-mounted argument. It's bullshit,
I
but it
didn't
was a
prepare it
very
at all.
well-mounted argument.
I'm very confident in speaking bullshit.
Yeah. No, honestly, I get what you're saying with a lot of that stuff.
Mhm.
What I would say is there's one major thing that would be my best actual argument against it, which maybe I'll get into in a second. First of all, just, around the edges of it, I think that Christmas in and of itself and getting presents and instilling the value of if you're good, you get things. If you're not, you don't. You can literally do everything within the Santa Christmas myth without doing it. And then there isn't this one day where I know it's like, okay, they start to learn their parents are full of shit, but also their reality is fucking shattered. Like there are some kids who just become like, what? I think one of the things that happened too was we added too many fictional make-believe characters.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I stopped believing in Santa super young. I actually asked my parents to tell me when I was 5 years old, and it was because stuff wasn't adding up. The Tooth Fairy was the one that really got me. The Easter Bunny, I never really believed in, but I was like, fine. But the Tooth Fairy was like, that's bullshit. I know, and now what else are you lying about? And I sat them down. I was just like, what's going on? Is he real? Just let me know. Like,
Yeah,
and then I
yeah.
found out when I was like 5 years old that there was no Santa, which I'm pretty pumped about, to be honest. So I was like,
Yeah.
that's what needed to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think you can have a lot of the myth and a lot of the stuff and a lot of the things going along with it without having that stuff. Because one of the things, this would be my biggest point to make about why the Santa myth is bad. They say, okay, if you're a good kid, you get presents. If you're a bad kid, you don't. And we don't live in really sturdy economic times. So there are poor children out there who are just like, I guess this guy who's supposed to be this omnipotent, joyous being who gives everything to good people, I guess I'm bad. I guess I'm just bad. Like it's not good. That's not a good thing to have in society. Like, I guess all of my friends who are Santa likes them. Then you get older and you start realizing, well, no, they had a nicer house. They had all these other things. Okay, so that's why they got it. But why did you even fucking tell me the thing to begin with? I felt like a piece of shit for the first 4 years of my life.
See, I think it's different though. I think like even like I had friends who, were raised in like an apartment building and they don't know any different. Like I think people are always saying that they don't want to have kids because they want to, live in a mansion and provide the best life possible for them. I'm like, hey, the kid is going to be psyched no matter what. Like, I remember my mom telling me the story of like a lady that she worked with. Her daughter, just for Christmas, she just wanted this little harmonica from like the dollar store. And the mom didn't really think about it. And she got all this other shit for her. And then the kid opens up all his gifts and she's like, yeah, it's great. But she's like, I wanted the harmonica. Like I didn't really, that was the thing that I wanted. So it's like a kid only knows what they know. And then, expanding upon that, of course, like I remember going to my first rich kid house and you pull up in the driveway and there's like a guest house and a boathouse and this massive mansion. And I went home that day like, what the fuck are you guys doing? They'll figure that out eventually. But I like the sort of like easing it out with something as simple and mythical as like a Santa Claus and like around that kind of Christmas time. But I do agree with you that we need to cut back drastically on all these other mythical creatures. Like Easter Bunny, we don't need. Leprechaun, we don't need. We don't need the Tooth Fairy. Like
we should also make it like so that Santa, this would clean up the issue of only poor kids, because at one point in time, if you're a poor kid and you're just like, if you don't get stuff and you ask for stuff and you don't get it and you're
Yeah.
5 years old and you look up at your parents like, does Santa not like me? Like just
Yeah.
the parent having to deal with that must be shit.
Yeah.
So
That's gotta
all you have
be
to do is
terrible.
change like what Santa is,
Mhm.
right? Like he is a guy. He will come and he will give you one type of gift, and like if and then everything else is from your parents, right? Like
Right.
everything else, and that way oh, they have more money, but Santa does like me and he gave me the thing you get, or this one whatever it is.
Santa is like Make-A-Wish
Yes.
person.
Yeah.
He
And it
just
should be
shows up.
small, and it should be like all
Yeah.
Santa gifts should be fucking small.
It
And
should
then
be one small thoughtful thing.
yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This overdoing it with like 100 Christmas presents from Santa and then like 25 from your parents, and you're just like, man, Santa is like killing it. You guys suck.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
counting the different tags.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Well, that was a good one. That was a good back and forth there. We figured it out.
We
Okay, so
solved it.
the next one, we both agree on this. New Year's resolutions aren't useful. We both agree with
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
100%. What's your
yeah.
take?
My take is so I think it's like one of those ways to set yourself up for failure, because it's like this hardened in stone. This is this thing that I need to achieve. And simply by saying I'm going to do it at this specific date means I'm going to do it. Whereas it takes away all the real thoughtful things you have to do of preparing to do it, especially if it's like a real major life change or something hard, like quitting smoking is a super popular one. Well, I'm going to quit on this date. And then that date comes and you're like, I'm not really ready to quit though. And then you don't. And then you feel like you failed. Instead of being like, I'm going to work towards quitting smoking because that's a good thing for me to do. So I'm going to go to the doctor and I'm going to look at different things I can do to maybe do it. And I'm going to read books or whatever. Whereas if you just set in stone, this is what's going to happen. And I'm going to make sure it happens because it's a New Year's resolution and those are binding. And then you're dick. You're dick when you don't do it. You feel like a failure. Yeah.
And then you hear other people talking about it, and especially if your like New Year's resolution is like you want to go to the gym more, it's like, well, you and 9,000 other people are all on that same page. Better to start in September.
Yeah.
Start when you feel like you've hit your rock bottom. That's like, and I always say this too about like, I used to give advice to people. I used to be like, you should do this or you should do that. And then I kind of stopped doing that because I'm like, I can give advice to people all day, but if there's a saying that I love, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that is so true for people that are trying to change things in their lives. Like you can tell them like New Year's resolution, you should do this. You should like pick a healthier habit to stick to. But unless that person truly wants to do it, they're not going to do it. And they're actually going to feel some power in rebelling against that. Like the days that they go, I don't feel good enough to go do that thing, it's actually going to energize them a little bit more because this like weight of it has to be done because I said on this day I would do it.
As somebody who
Doesn't
smokes
stick.
cigarettes, the times that I've tried quitting, and one of the thoughts that I have when I decide to smoke again, through like after I've abstinence for a bit, I literally go, oh, I don't have to think about not having a cigarette anymore. I just don't have to. It's not like a thought that's in my head every 10 fucking minutes. I'm just smoking again. And although it's terrible, you're like, at least I don't have to.
I'm right there with you, man.
Yeah.
I've come in and out of like and again, it was a New Year's resolution, but it was actually like before New Year's, but I was planning on, I had switched from cigarettes to vapes and I was, smoking vapes. And then I slowly started like tracking my finances, and I told myself under my expenses, I'm going to add a line that says, vapes, vape pods. And I'm going to track every time I buy vape pods and just see what that number equals out to. Well, by like the end of the year, that number was like $1,200 or something. And I was just going, what the fuck? Like seeing the numbers made me go, what the hell? Not even like the health effects. And I remember I was like, okay, I'm going to bring my vape to like this New Year's Eve party. This is the last pod. I'm going to throw the thing in the garbage and just be done with it. And of course, these new vapes, there's an app on my phone, and the app was like, do you want to upgrade or whatever? And I go, yeah, sure. and then the vape just stopped working. It just stopped working like 2 days before this New Year's Eve party, and I was freaking out, like having a meltdown that I couldn't get this fucking vape to work. And then I had to stop myself and go, that's not good. Throw it in the garbage. You shouldn't be reacting this way to not having a vape. That's like a baby not having a pacifier. And like relax and get rid of this thing. And then I didn't smoke cigarettes or vapes or anything for like 3 years. And then it was, something happened, and it was the catalyst that was like, I'm gonna fucking smoke.
Something always happens.
Yeah, something happened, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get cigarettes. And previously, when I tried to quit cigarettes, I was with someone who didn't like smoking whatsoever. So when I started smoking again, it became this thing that I had to hide. Like a part of me like had to hide that I was smoking again because I felt this shame or disappointment to this person that I was like, okay, they're going to find out that I'm smoking again and be disappointed that I fell back into this. Where now I'm in a place where, my girlfriend's like, do whatever. Like, like, of course I know it's not good for you, but like, you'll quit again. Like you quit before, you can quit again. Like, it's just, you need it right now. That's fine. Like life is short. Fucking smoke the cigarette. And then when you feel that moment of like, I should really change this, that's when you do it. Same thing we were talking about on my podcast about the person saying that they think that they're going to quit comedy. And it's like, if you feel like you can, do it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with smoking.
Yeah.
If you feel like, oh yeah, I want to quit, and you can actually do it, and stick with it then.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, so quitting smoking is a big New Year's resolution. Going to the gym, working out, and it's not like, at least with a gym membership, I guess you can go, okay, I'm starting a gym membership, and then you're paying for it, and you're gonna go. But I just think everything needs to be sort of couched in. I can't look at this like it's an absolute do this or not. You know what I mean? Like if I don't meet this, then I'm fucked up. Like I failed at it or whatever.
Right.
I think that's what kind of comes with like New Year's resolutions is this, it's all or nothing instead of understanding, as you just said with the quitting smoking there. It's like you will eventually again or whatever. You can't be like that with stuff. Because it's a bad just juju to put into your life of like, if I don't do things exactly to the letter of how I've said I'm going to do them, then I might as well not do them at all. That's a great recipe to just never do anything.
You never do anything. You never get anything done. I think New Year's resolutions should be switched. I think you should it should be called like New Year's results, where you look back at everything you did in the previous year and go, okay, what was the good things that I did? Whether that was seeing more friends and family, whether that was doing more of the thing you love, and then go, okay, I'm going to do more of that because that made me feel good. And what didn't make me feel good? Okay. Reading comments online that made me feel bad, or, not doing this or spending too much money. It's like, okay, now I'm going to actively think about those things in the year coming up.
I like that. Like a New Year's review.
Yeah.
You go like, what did I do over this last year that made me feel good? What did I do that made me feel bad? What are things in the vein of what I did that made me feel good that I can do more of, or different versions of, or, or things that I did that were bad that there's other things similar to that I just need to cut out. That's a good way to do it. And then you're improving upon every year instead of making this new goal. Like, I'm going to fucking have abs by April. Like, probably not. That's going to be real tough.
If you do want to have abs by April, it's not just going to the gym. You're also going to have to radically change your eating habits. You're going to have to start doing more cardio. You're going to be doing sit-ups at home. You're going to be insufferable to be around. People are going to offer you a carb, and you're going to go like, oh, I could never. I have to get abs by April. One thing at a time. Like, we all know that how much it can change in a year. Yeah. So if you just put some intention into the next year, it's like your life could be completely different a year from now.
Yeah, and it's with like that too. It's like everybody's goal should to be in better shape than they're in if they're not in good shape. And then if you're in good shape, you're in good shape. But if you're not and you want to get in better shape, that's great. But I don't understand this thing of everybody trying to look like they could be in a fucking Marvel movie. Like, calm down.
And they have no strength whatsoever.
It's not. And you're miserable. You're
just
eat better, work out.
Jesus,
you don't need to look like you don't need those fucking abs that are like here. Like the crazy ones.
Yeah.
Like
I'm remember I was talking to, what was it, Nick Reynoldson or something, and he's like, yeah, I started going to the gym, and then I was like, fuck this, I don't need to be jacked to do comedy. Like, he's
Sometimes,
like,
sometimes when I'm working out, I literally think of what I'm doing and go, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then I stop and go, "No, it's still good for long-term health. You need to do this." But sometimes you're just kind of like, "This is weird." Like it's just like the reality of what it is you're doing just comes on top of you.
You don't need to take
like,
it so intense unless you plan on entering like a competition or something. Like the best case example is like that. I don't know if you've seen Anatoly. He's like he's big on TikTok. He dresses up like a janitor and he's like a world class like power lifter. But he puts on like a janitor onesie and like a fake beard and he wears like glasses and like a hat. Like you would never suspect anything from this guy. And there'll be these guys with like, 400 pounds on their like deadlifting this thing there. And he goes and he carries around this mop with him that's actually like a really, really heavy mop. Like it has like a iron thing at the bottom. So he'll go to hand the mop to these guys, like hold this while I move this weight so I can wipe the floor. And you watch it just drop immediately. These massive guys just, holy shit, why is that so heavy? And then he'll just like pick that weight up with one hand. And you just watch everybody's minds just like explode and disintegrate. Like I'm like, there's so much different from like bodybuilding looking like an Avenger versus like strength training where that to me is a practical thing that you should be able to do. Like having some strength is a good thing to have in a lot of scenarios.
And basic sort of bodybuilding without getting into like, trying to look like that where you're just doing weights. It's like that's good day-to-day regular person strength training. You don't need to be one of those guys pulling the 18-wheeler or whatever the
massive monster truck tire.
Like those guys are in their own league. They're very strong men, great. And then the bodybuilders,
I didn't know you were a mechanic. What do you need to do this?
And then the bodybuilders are like, they just look like what's good. But it's just like, yeah, man, just
it's body dysmorphia. I really think a lot of those guys. I think they're not big enough, and then it becomes like an obsession. Like I remember when I worked at a gym, there was this like guy that worked in maintenance, and he's like huge, but I would make fun of like how small his legs were. And I was just like, you never worked a leg day in your life, eh? And he would get so. I would watch him get so insecure. This big, intimidating guy, and he would be like, oh, what? I mean, he'd be doing leg presses for the rest of the day. It's like it's dysmorphia, like it truly is.
Hunter Collins, I think you've had him on your podcast. He's a good buddy of mine. I remember he's always classically been in pretty good shape. Like he's like goes to the gym work, but he was just like, this is as big as I want to get. So I guess I'm just maintaining. Like, he's just like, this is where I want to be. Like, I'm not trying to build anymore or whatever. It's like, you gotta calm that shit down, guys.
You gotta be happy with yourself at some point.
Fucking take a victory lap,
You're like, oh, wow, damn, I can see my biceps.
All right, and now for the last topic, we'll go to gift cards are the best possible gift. I agree with that statement. You don't agree. I'll start with why I agree.
You start,
And so look, I understand what I'm saying. I need that to be very clear. It doesn't sound great. The reason why I like gift cards as the best possible gift is because I find and it's not the best possible gift for everybody. There's caveats to this. I don't think you should get your wife only gift cards and be like, there you go. That's good, right? No, you need to be thoughtful with certain people. But I think gift cards is like a generic to a lot of people gift. If you know they have a specific hobby, specific thing they're in, instead of trying to go like I got into the golf in the last few years, and there was the one year where I was like I wanted new stuff, and I was like, just anybody who's getting me anything, just some Golf Town gift cards, because like I'll pick out the stuff that I need and want, instead of trying to get somebody something and being like, here's the thing, and you're like, oh, I have that, or oh, I don't need that, or whatever it is. So I think that's good. At one point in time, people used to just give money, which is kind of tacky, and this actually it takes.
I love grandma slipping you a 50.
Look, I loved it. I used to go home to the East Coast.
You open your birthday envelope and you shake it first.
I used to go to the East Coast for Christmas when I go back and see family and stuff, and there would be people who were just like, in that day and age, gift cards, not every place had a gift card, so you just get a card with a little bit of cash in it, and then I'd be like, great, here's my beer money for the Christmas holidays or whatever, and that was always good. But I think like it's a way of showing, hey, I know what you're interested in, but I'm not going to fuck around and get you something that you don't necessarily. It's just, here you go. as I said, money to a lot of people is a little tacky. But yeah, I think this is just a good way. Get somebody something that shows you care, rather than also getting them something that you just going out on a limb and being like, I hope they like this thing I got them. And they're like,
Mhm.
yeah, all right, you spent money on it. You kind of wasted your money. I don't really need it. Now I feel obligated to like have it around or use it or whatever.
Yeah.
Like there's just, unless you're really good at nailing a gift, some people just give you some shit and you go, I don't want that.
Yeah. See, I took the question too literally of the best possible gift.
Right.
And so when I think of like, okay, what's the best possible gift? My mind doesn't go gift card. That's the best possible gift for you, the gift giver, because it releases all of your accountability
Get
for
that shit at 4:59 on Christmas Eve. You're done. You're just in
it
Shoppers Drug
it just
Mart.
releases you of all your accountability of having to think through a present for this person of like, what would they use? What would be good that I could get them? And at the very least, like I like when people just give me like, here's some fucking baked goods that I made up,
Mhm.
in a Tupperware container. Keep the container. I don't give a shit. Someone gives me a gift card. You've now given me work on one of my 2 days off. I have to go to the place and get the thing that I want to get, and now I'm shopping. I'm
Yeah.
grateful for the $20, GameStop gift card, but maybe it only buys half of the thing that I want. And I go, okay, well, thanks for the, $20 because you thought I played video games or whatever the fuck.
Right. Well, that's
Sometimes
the thing.
even the
There's
gift card
definitely
can be off.
thoughtless gift
Amazon
cards.
gift card, best possible gift card. If you're gonna go gift card, because
Yeah.
Amazon's so expansive, you can get anything on Amazon.
Mhm.
It comes
Yeah.
right to your door. You're gonna do
Amazon
gift
gift
card,
cards
it's
are
got
great.
to be Amazon or cash.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely unless like it is somebody who is into video games and you get them like a Xbox gift card or a play, whatever. Or as I say, when I was into golf, like that year, I got like a bunch. I got a new bag and a putter, and I was super pumped. And rather than somebody like go pick me out a golf bag or whatever, and then, and it's. I do like it is a thing where it's like sometimes it's just like here's $50 for a thing. You're not going to get anything valuable for $50. You can spend $80, but it got you that thing for 40, or whatever it was.
Yeah, sure.
But
I mean, everybody's different too, right? I just think when you're talking about best possible Christmas gifts, it's always the thought that counts.
Right.
And there is some thought to a gift card, but it's mostly out of convenience.
I think that convenience is great for everybody involved. Like it depends. Again, if you're a great gift giver, all of this is moot. But if you're a shit gift giver, like just get that gift card and But you're right. If it's a generic one, like if you're just getting somebody something and it's a gift card, Amazon would be the best one because it has everything. And then
or
if
you know they like coffee, so you get them like a Starbucks gift card or a fucking Tim Hortons gift card or something like that to me is like okay cool, like every day when they go to work they get a coffee at this place that's gonna tide them over for the next 2 weeks or whatever. Good, that's some thought put into it.
I mean, there's bad gift cards, of course.
What's the worst gift card that's ever been given?
I mean,
Temu.
Temu would be bad.
You get
There's
1,000
this gift
items
card
for that
that I've gotten.
$20.
A gift card that I've gotten from multiple people, and this is the most thoughtless one. It's one of those ones that's like applicable at 5 different restaurants, and every restaurant sucks. It's like
Montana's, Kelsey's.
Yes, it literally is. It's Montana's.
Yeah, it's part of that group.
Kelsey's, Harvey's.
$5 off popcorn at Cineplex.
Do you know where a fucking Harvey's is? Like I don't know where any I've never used one. I was just like, thanks for this, and it gets you're just not going to use it. At least if you're going to do that, get them like a fucking $20. Well, I guess you probably can't get them that low, but the prepaid visas are another thing. Like here's
prepaid visa is pretty sweet.
Yeah, you can use that for anything you want. That's a good one.
You know what was the worst that my grandma used to get us every year towards the end of her life? She would get us Margaret Home Lottery, whatever things. So she'd spend all these money on these essentially they're like lottery tickets. And the idea is that every day they call a name and it's like you could win a small prize or whatever. It's like that you just giving me the gift of hope and then disappointment when I check this website every day and nothing happens.
Oh man, my aunt one time gave my cousin was opening presents at our place. I can't remember why, But they were opening presents at our place, and they opened this card from their mom, and they had gotten them one of those fucking fake lottery tickets, that scratch tickets,
Oh,
where it says you
no.
win like 10
They
grand or
pranked
something.
them on
Yeah,
Christmas.
I was like, I think when I watched it happen, I was like 12. And even though I didn't really understand moral good and bad, I was like, that is profoundly fucked up to do that to your kid. They literally were like, oh my God, I won. And then they called their mom, like, I won. And then they're like, no, you didn't win. And then I just watched the hope and
You're a
that joy
loser.
drain from their face.
That's a prank is a terrible gift.
Yeah, on Christmas too, of
on
all
Christmas?
things.
What the fuck is wrong with you? That's brutal.
But yeah, so the worst gift, that was the worst gift card that I ever got. It's the restaurants that are just don't make any sense. But there's got to be other. What's a bad one? I mean, at this point in time, wouldn't want like a Best Buy gift card anymore or anything like that. Like, again, Amazon would just have the thing. You can get it delivered to your house. Yeah, I don't know. Do dispensaries have gift cards, I wonder?
Ooh, I don't know. Can they do that? A dispensary gift card would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
You're like, here you go, you little fucking fiend.
Yeah.
Go get your edibles.
Yeah. That would work. I'd be happy with a dispensary gift card.
I'd be sick to get drugs as a present. Imagine just getting magic mushrooms. You just open up a box. Oh, 7 grams of penis envy. Thanks, Dad. I'm gonna trip balls tonight.
Yeah. Let's get Christmas started, right? Yeah. I'll be in the corner sweating and laughing. Well, I guess, you know what? That's it. We hashed this out. We figured it out. Everything is solved.
A fun show.
Yeah, Thanks for jumping on. And I was on your podcast, so we'll all plug it and stuff like that. Go check out Johnny's podcast, Johnny Rogers. It's called Johnny Rogers Show, right?
It's called the Johnny Rogers Show. So it comes out on all audio streaming platforms like Spotify and Apple. Fridays at 10 a.m. and then you can watch the video version on YouTube or Facebook at 8 p.m.
Okay, great. And so I'll be on this coming
a couple weeks, I think, because I have some backlogged episodes. But I'll let you know. Probably in the new year for sure it'll come out.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for jumping on today, man. I appreciate it. Have the best holiday season. I hope you get all the gift cards you want. I hope you enjoy watching Die Hard. I hope you stick to your New Year's resolution. And I hope that you're not disenchanted by the fact that there is no Santa Claus. That was just me trying to wrap everything together.
Better not tell the kids that there's no Santa Claus.
I'm only sharing these clips, the Santa Claus clips, directly to children's groups on Facebook to let them know there is no goddamn Santa Claus. Because I want to be the person to destroy it. That would make me the worst person in the world, right?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Thanks for jumping on. Follow Johnny. You do a great thing at the end there, but follow Johnny on Instagram at Johnny Rogers Show, right? Or no?
It's at the Johnny Rogers is like the main one, and
Johnny
at
Rogers.
the Johnny Rogers Show is the other Instagram. But yeah, you can find me on most social platforms at the Johnny Rogers.
Okay, great. Thanks, man. Have a good one.
All right, later, dude.
Agree to disagree's a fancy way of saying fuck.